Hello everyone, and welcome to the MySpace podcast. I'm your host Mahle, and today I will be reviewing the book Cursed to the Ruined Court by Robin D. Mahle and Elle, Madison. This is book number 3, and I believe the last book of whatever series this is. I don't remember. Frostbound Court Trilogy. I got it. Thank you. I still don't know how to say these names, but we love that. Anyways, let's get into the book in this review. Rating. I give this book a 6.5 out of 10. I don't know why 6.5, but I could also give it a 6. I don't want to give it a 7. So that's my conundrum today. I don't want to give it a 7, but I don't think it earns a. But I don't think it's a 6. Okay. The reasons why. Most of the book was literally just her sitting in her room doing nothing. I'm like, that's boring. What's going on here? She got her mana, her powers, and then all of a sudden it was just like, you can't go out because we can't let people know that you're unseelie and have shadow magic because your shadow and winter magic don't work together well and are going to try to kill you. And they just kind of like to come up at random moments of time. Which, it was so annoying. I'm like, we lost her character because of this. She lost all of her, strength parts. She stopped being able to fight back and stuff. And, that's really... It just wasn't easy. In a sense, in a reality way, it kind of makes sense to, show those types. But also, that's not what I want in a book. At least I don't. I want to see her grow. And also, it took her the whole book to realize how to use her powers. Guys, I figured out how she could use her powers, how to make them work together, by, the beginning of the book. Yeah. Also, I don't like how the other courts were mentioned, summer, fall, spring. They were mentioned, and, there's some characters from there. The healer is from spring, because that's where all the healers are from, and that's, I'm guessing, their power. And then Soren is from autumn, but, we didn't see any of them, and I really wish we could have. I just wish we could have. I wanted to, but it's okay. Just focusing on one court is also okay. It's just you also want to see the dynamics of all the other places as well. Into the next part, POV. So it switches more between Everly and Draven during this one, and we also get an epilogue from Navarro's point of view. Sorry, I didn't. It's wrong on my notes. The name. Anyways, now into plot/storyline. Everly gets her mana from the dragon. Draven kills the Elderborn, which are the ancient beasts. Navarro almost dies, and basically on the brink of death for the whole book, which is also boring. Everly's fighting with her mana, like I said, the whole time, trying to control it, while it just randomly likes to flare out, so it'll just randomly shoot out, Draven is able to siphon it away. I don't know how he's able to do it. It's just there, and there's no explanation as to why or as to how. So that's kind of annoying too. I want to know. Throughout the book, there's some nice-ish moments between Everly and her sister Winnie. We get to see them be sisters more, I guess, in a way. And then there's the kill on sight order for the Unseelies that Draven put up, and he continues that, and he doesn't take it down. And honestly, we never get any real conversation between Draven and Everly about this. There was just no conversation. It always ended up in them going and having sex, angry sex. There's just nothing there. Also, why? So yeah, so Draven and Everly never had an actual conversation about this kill order. It was brought up, but never a real conversation. Just ended up with them doing it. So that was kind of boring. That wasn't fun. Like, talk about it. He doesn't like to talk about anything. He has no communication skills. Soren comes up with a plan to get Everly and Draven out into public and to make all these rumors about Everly being unseelie, trying to end those rumors. Because Everly has been kept in her room the whole time and with like the best healer, and she's still in her room sick. And then also people thinking that she's unseelie because they saw her shadow mana after she visited the dragon. We do learn some little pieces about Draven's past. And then people of the court tend to question Everly, and then Draven doesn't like it and he ends up killing those people. Like, we all know that's going to happen. Eric's, who's the general, knows what Everly is and is honestly not happy with Draven about keeping it a secret from him. He doesn't like that. He also, I think from the conversations I've seen, he wants Draven to stop the kill on sight order. So yeah. Everly's uncle isn't happy with her going back to Draven, so that comes up again. We learn something about Batty, who's the Catherine. And then about 55% through this book is when things actually start to happen. And then they start actually going to do things. 55%. 55% of this book was literally them doing nothing. Was Everly just sitting in a room doing nothing. With these little pieces, like, you know, out and about where something happened. And the reason why they need to go out is because they need to try and find a cure for Navarro because, you know, she's dying. They find what they were looking for and kind of make friends with some people during that. Then Everly may or may not almost die again. Draven is angry at her for risking her life again. He's basically just angry at her doing anything. Then the big battle happens. Everly finally learns how to use her powers. And like I said, I guessed it. People die, people end up working together, and in the end they all won. Whoa, yay. And then there's Navarro's epilogue of her seeing the future and basically everything that's going to come. So all the happy stuff. Now, to the characters. Everly. So, like I said, once she got her mana, she didn't do anything. She didn't have any big character moments. And it's also, like I said, it's also... Like I said, it's like she forgot how to fight and who she truly is inside. And then, you know, she finally realizes what she needs to do to control her powers, and it took the whole book. I hate when that happens with characters. I'm like, this is how you do it. And then it takes him the whole book to realize it. Yeah, like, the main thing is that we lost her as a character. Like, she lost herself. And I guess in a way she felt like she did feel like she was useless. And that's definitely how she was portrayed. So, it was super annoying. I'm like, she's supposed to be a strong character, and then she's just nothing anymore. So that was annoying. Draven, he is really, 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 really protective of her, which annoying, but also not. He won't let Everly do anything, and then basically gets angry whenever she does anything. Like, she needs, like, it would be a very I forgot the word, but, like, I'm just gonna go, like, it would be like, she needs his permission to go out and walk around, which, of course, that's not true, and that's a hyperbole. That's literally the only word I can use. Only word that's coming to brain, but it, like, sums it up. Like, she needs his permission to do, like, anything. She literally can't go out of her rooms. We learned some things about his past. I don't really remember what they were, in all honesty. I kind of remember what they were about, but not really. So yeah, he doesn't want her doing anything, which I'm just like, you're not allowing her to be free, which annoys me. Batty. So, this is where the fun stuff comes out. So, I'm kidding. So it turns out that she bonded herself to Everly, and now she basically protects Everly, and she can shock Everly's powers into submission. She can tell when there are frost beasts nearby. So yeah, she's honestly kind of powerful. And she has like lightning powers or something. I don't really know. But yeah. The wolves, nothing about them. I really wish there was something more, but there's not. It was literally all in my it was all in my imagination. So that's fun. Spoilers. It's like 11 minutes left. Ugh, not 11 minutes left, we're at 11 minutes. So, for Everly to use her powers, she basically just has to let them mash together. Because in the past, the Seelie and the Unseelie used to mingle and mash, you know? Like, they didn't used to be separated like this. And also, there was no Seelie and Unseelie. So, yeah. At the end, Everly ends up giving back her... Everly gives power back to the land, which was literally the whole point of the book. Like, that's what needed to happen. And then she saves them all because the power then makes, like, all the monsters run away. All the frost beasts run. Not all of them, so they still need to kill some, but, you know. And it, yeah, heals the Winter Court and brings it back to balance. And also, in the end, it's, the Seelie and the Unseelie start working together. And then, of course, they break up again after this is done, but, you know, at least they don't completely hate each other. And then Everly's uncle is eventually killed by Winnie in this battle. Before the battle even started, honestly. Because it's a whole thing. Everly's mother ends up dying. She also tries to get Everly to run away and save herself, but Everly's like, no, I'm staying with my family. I'm staying with the people I love. So there's that. But in the end, she dies. Like, of course, there's gonna be a character dying. Her father died too, like her biological one. So, you know, she's been going through grief, and Navarra's dying. Navarra does come back to life. They do get the antidote. Well, they figure out how to make the antidote. So, you know, she's alive again. But, like, whew, a lot. She's going through a lot while staying in a room. So, yeah. And then to the end, what we see from basically Navarra's epilogue. People won't be particularly happy with Everly being part Unseelie, but in the end it will all work out. And I think there's something about the Archmage in here, and I feel like he's more evil than is let on. Because we all think he's really nice, but I think he's kind of evil. Navarra and Soren will end up getting together, and they will have a child, and that child will be a boy, and he won't have to be a visionary because visionaries are all girls, and visionaries only have girls. So, Draven will figure out a way to break that whole visionary thing. And then Winnie and Eric's will get together. I saw it coming, but, you know, they'll get together in the end. So yeah, that's about it. I full on rushed through that. I didn't even mean to, like, rush it, but, you know, it's just... What to talk about when she's just sitting around doing nothing in her room? There's nothing to talk about. That's really how the book felt. There's stuff happened, but, like, also... Anyways, I don't know what book I'm gonna read next. I think I may read an Elle Hazelwood book, because I have plans for a book next week. But, like, I can't start a series because I don't know how long it'll take me to finish the series. So I may just start rereading books that I have on my shelf that are only one book long, which are not a lot. So we may just end up reading a whole bunch of romance books, guys, because we all know those are ones. Going back into a romance cycle. Anyways, that is it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And have a good rest of your day, night, week, month, year, life. Thank you and goodbye.